easy go.
Right guys, this is going to be a Nightfall solo speedrun on the inverted Spire. For those that just want to see the run, then skip to the time on the screen. The rest of you, I'll show you my card setup, weapons and subclass. First, the card setup, it's real simple because we're speedrunning it. We're not going for 100k or any high scores. So it's a 0 handicap, arc singe, heavyweight and momentum. Arc singe and heavyweight to buff our subclass and weapons, momentum for health regen. The subclass that we are using is top tree striker titan, double pulse grenade, so nothing out of the ordinary here, rally barricade and strafe lift. We pair that with skull fort so that we get unlimited shoulder charges, as long as we're getting a kill with it, which is more than likely because arc singe is on. Shoulder charge is pretty powerful now compared to what it used to be back in the day, so it's it one shots a lot of things, even orange bars. It'll even one shot an orange bar, so it's really good for this sort of thing when we're speedrunning it. As for weapons, we are using Parcel of Stardust, Badlander and Legend of Acrius. Badlander just because it's an arc shotgun, so it just ties into it. We are running 2 shotguns so that if heavy was a problem in terms of drops, then we are more likely to get drops back, since only green ammo and purple ammo can drop because we have not got a kinetic weapon on. So that's the reason for that. Plus we're playing aggressive. We don't need to be sitting back with a pulse rifle or something. Not on something like this. But 90% of the time really the weapons don't really matter. It's just Acrius and me shoulder charging a lot. This is also nice because it has lightweight on it, so I like it for that. One other thing as well is that I have traction on, and I really like this perk. I think that especially on a Titan where you're chaining your shoulder charges a lot. I play Titan exclusively like this nearly, and I notice a difference when traction is on because of the tighter turn radius. You know, you can shoulder charge a bunch of goblins, or what I was doing, then you can turn round faster, gain your momentum, and keep the shoulder. It just I don't know, it makes it feel better in my eyes. But traction's a really good perk on all classes, but I really like it on the Titan. So that's the weapons and everything. As for the exclusive loot that you can get from Inverted Spire, for those that don't know, it's basically a ghost. So if you probably ain't going to be interested, there should be a weapon, to be fair. Every Nightfall should have a weapon to farm for. There should be no excuse with that. There should be weapon and armor from each chest, like D1, and that's that. There shouldn't just be a cosmetic item. This should be a bonus to the chest. It's like, oh, you got the weapon, you might get the ghost. It's a cosmetic thing, right? It shouldn't be just exclusively a ghost. No one's gonna farm. No one wants to farm this. I mean, the perks, right? It's just a standard ghost. I mean, 10% XP on Nessus. Only on Nessus, really only on Nessus, and you know the 30-meter range is far better exotic ghosts than that. So, but that's basically what you would be farming for if you were to farm for it. If you're just going for a milestone, then you're just going for a milestone. But that's the weapons and everything. I saw him with the run. So what you'll notice straight away is that I quick summon my Sparrow, so I have the quick summon perk on my Sparrow, which is really important for a run like this for me to achieve a half decent time. Since we are using our Sparrow a lot, there's a lot of times that we're traversing from one area to the next. Also, for areas like, for example, this portal coming up, without the quick summon perk, you can't summon your Sparrow here unless you'll just fall down that gap. So I always have the quick summons perk on, always, in PvE, always. I mean, there's no reason to have anything else unless you're farming materials. On this portal here, it doesn't matter what perk you have on, you can still summon your Sparrow, but you need to make sure you do it before you get here, because then it won't let you summon, which is just a lot quicker rather than walk. And I see so many teams, a Sparrow past so many teams who don't know about that. Okay, so the first room we end up getting the Vex rotation. Sometimes you can get Cabal versus Vex. There's not a lot of time difference in it. This rotation probably is still quicker because of how the ads group up and stuff. But like I said, there's not a lot of difference in it. The only difference with the Cabal Vex rotation is that you don't need to kill Cabal. It's still only Vex that trigger the door. So here we're just using Acrius to one-shot the Hydras and then just shoulder charging all the goblins. Makes that room get done pretty quick. Okay, so with this section as well, of course we can skip this. You can sometimes have Vex here instead of Cabal. I mean, it's right throughout the Nightfall you can get the rotations different from one to the next. It just changes. It's completely random, which annoys me, to be honest. For the likes of score runs, for the likes of me wanting to speedrun stuff, I mean, we shouldn't have to farm for this. They should have it so that you maybe select which encounter you want. So if you want the Cabal edition of this, then you get the Cabal edition. If you want the out and out Vex edition, you get that. It shouldn't be always rotating, because like I said, it's not fair for speedruns, it's not fair for score runs either. Unless you've got to farm for a rotation of ad, which is super annoying. Okay, so with this section we only have 2 mages to kill. Because it's the Cabal rotation, I know that the mages are going to be in both warehouses. If it was the Vex versus Cabal rotation, there'll be one guy in the warehouse and one on the docks. Which, preferably, that's what I would have wanted, since I saved time on that, but I just didn't get the good RNG on him. Okay, so with this next section, it's not based on the amount of kills that you get, it's just a timer, a percentage that just goes up. So you can literally run around, for long as you've got momentum on, you can run around, you don't need to kill a single ad. Or, you can hide around the back. You don't really need to, the ads aren't too much of a problem, plus you'll have a super as well, unless you haven't already used it. Plus it's a good opportunity to recharge any of your abilities, or heavy as well. But I've got full heavy, so I was pretty good. What I may do with this Inverted Spire, since it's the only new Nightfall up, which is kind of annoying also, I wish they would kind of resolve the rotation of Nightfalls. There should be 3 new Nightfalls every week. There should be no deviation in that. That's just what it should be. But since Inverted Spire is the only new one, I'm going to probably concentrate on this one. So probably try and go for a really high score on it if I can, and maybe speedrun the 100k as well. Okay, so now with this section, basically just sparrow and past everything. A little tip for this area with the turbines, the easiest way to get through is to actually stay on the middle level that I was just on. Since a turbine doesn't go across there, you'll be able to sparrow pretty easy. Slower, but it's more... It's a lot easier to get through. The only thing you've got to watch is the hobgoblins. If you pick solar sins, then it could be worse for you. Okay, so now for the boss. We're going to one phase with Acrius, which isn't too bad to do, since we have heavyweight on. But first we'll do a double pulse. We're just literally going to keep Acrius in him as much as we can. If he does stomp, I'll be sure to melee to stop him from knocking me away. But he gets pretty much melted with that. There is a lot of weapons that can one phase him, so you know, if you haven't got Acrius, it ain't no big deal. Thunderlord will one phase him. You'll struggle solo one phasing him with no buffs on a hunter or a titan, but on a warlock any day, yes, it will solo one phase. But anyways, that was the Inverted Spire run. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.